I live in a storage unit because it's cheap in comparison to an apartment.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always tuning in. Guys, today's video is the man that went viral bragging about he lives in a storage unit has just been kicked out and now he's homeless. Yeah, guys, take a look.
They want to tell me I can't take food. You're not going to tell me I can't take food, dog. I'm literally homeless.
He's lying. He's lying. I refuse to believe it. He's lying. He's lying because when I saw the first video of him on the storage units, they're like, I can do black flip, I can exercise and play my music loud and stuff like that. I was like, that's illegal. It's illegal to sleep in a storage unit. It's illegal. Like, I said that to myself, but I let it go. And I know somehow that video will be found and people who own that storage unit will kick them out because that's a liability. Like, you can't do that. Why can't you just keep it a secret until you out of this situation, then you can talk about it? And now he got fired from his only source of income because he decided to do another illegal thing. This is why I'm telling y'all, Gen Z, half a millennial, criminal, y'all not smart. You only have your place that you can lay your head during the day. Why can't you just keep it a secret? Why can't you keep it a secret? I don't get the point of you filming this. You gotta literally do that after you got out of this situation. You gotta like, hey, I used to be homeless. Film it by your phone. Save it, not post it. After you got out of the situation, you can be like, I used to be homeless, I used to sleep in storage unit, I used to do X, Y, and Z. Why do you have to do it when you're in the situation? And I know people who reward this type of behavior. I know people who, oh, he's trying his best. Why y'all blaming him? Why y'all doing this? And she's drugging a woman behind her. Yeah. Why? Why can't you keep it a secret? That's one thing I can't understand. Why can't you keep it a secret? Why do you have to talk about it? Anyway, be safe out there. I wish him the best. I'm not making this video to call him stupid or not. No, I wish him the best, but this is just, Jesus Christ, what the
Moving into our new space, storage. So excited.
We can pretty much live in here during the day, and then at nighttime, you can't sleep in here, so we got to go back to the tent.
This storage is right next to our tent. It's amazing.
And it's climate controlled. It's huge. It's absolutely huge. And we're finally gonna have a space to set up all our nice stuff, because we do have nice stuff. We just don't have anywhere to put it.
This is nice. This is gonna be our little room. A big room compared to the tent. Oh, I'm tired. You ready to get this last room?
My tomato.
A little bit.
I haven't wanted ice water so bad in my life. I just want some ice water. I drank 3 bottles of water today.
Taking all of this stuff out of our tent, put it into this new storage, and
Tomorrow, we're gonna go get the stuff out of the other storage unit.
So apparently, he and his girlfriend has been kicked out from the storage unit. Yeah, and they moved into another storage unit. Oh my God! Like, what is the essence of you staying in a storage unit? Like, I don't get it. What was the essence? Is this that you can't afford a rent or something? Like, I don't get it. Make it real. Why are you living in a storage unit? And this whole storage unit got a lot of people talking. Guys, let's hear from people what a lot of people got to say about this younger man.
Please tell me you guys have seen or heard about the story about the young couple that lived in a storage unit. They recently got kicked out of the storage unit because the guy was filming everything. He was showing how they had the boxes stacked up in the front, but behind the boxes, they had a bedroom and a little living room area, how he was stealing the power from the storage facility to charge their power bank. He was doing backflips in the hallway of the storage facility. He was filming all of it and uploaded it to a TikTok. The storage facility found out and kicked them out because you can't live in those people's facility as if it is an apartment. He also goes out of his way to show that he works at like a hotel chain, probably one of those ones that sell like continental breakfast. And he showed himself bagging up the extra breakfast and putting it gently into one of the trash bins, putting some real trash on top of it, taking it out to the dumpster, throwing the trash in the dumpster, and then grabbing his side scrambled eggs, potatoes, sausage, and all that. He had that separately. He showed us him taking it out of the trash, him hiding it on the side of the building and covering it. And of course, the hotel chain that he was working for found out about that, and they fired him. Now he's on TikTok, on live, talking about how they need help. Do you? Some people are unhoused and have no food because things happen that were completely out of their control. But he is where he is, in my opinion, as a result of his poor decision making. Not to mention the fact this man is 28 years old and he's doing all of this with a 21-year-old girlfriend. Not all men are natural born leaders. This isn't leadership. Like making these kind of decisions. No, you don't just get the title because you're a man and I'm a woman. Absolutely not. You get the title because you're qualified for the job. He's the one who filmed the storage unit and got them kicked out. He's the one that filmed himself stealing the breakfast from the hotel place and lost his job. He keeps showing you over and over and over again that he is incapable or unable to lead.
The man living in that storage unit with his girlfriend or wife, y'all can't ever say that women don't like broke men because they be right back there with y'all, smiling back there like a ventriloquist dummy in a storage unit talking about, oh, this is why I exercise. And I'm not even making fun because I know people's situations are bad. But the thing is, there's probably people living in that place and hear him saying that and are thinking, you are going to mess it up for everybody in here. I know some people are just staying in there to save up their money so that they can find another apartment. And you're just over here grandstanding, going up front to cook your meats, telling the whole world what you do. And there are people who own the storage units who know people are living in there and they look the other way because you pay your rent on time and you're not doing anything crazy. You are blasting loud music in the hallway and cooking hot dogs out front, and that lady in the back with him sleeping on that couch. You make it so easy. And what happens when you get caught and they check all the storage units? It really ain't fair. Like, stop video recording thing. I'm adult. Stop recording everything and posting it on the internet.
The way that man justified and or gaslighted us to think him living in that storage unit was okay. He showed you the amenities to his crib. He said the bathroom anybody could use. It's for the public. He said this is the recreational room, running up and down that hallway like he wasn't supposed to do that. Knowing he might get evicted from his storage unit if he got caught. He said electricity is free. Hot food, no problem. Cold food, not an issue. The best part, there was a girl in his bed. There was a girl over, knocked out, on the couch. Ladies, a man asks you, hey, can you go get me some food? You talking about some no. There's a woman out there who'll do it, especially if she's willing to sleep in a storage unit. Fellas, if we learn one thing from that video, you're not asking for too much. You are not asking for too much. If she says she too bougie to go to the Cheesecake Factory, just know there's a woman that's out there that's going to love you, even if you living in a storage unit.
Social media couple that was filming themselves living in that storage unit. Well, shout out to Phil because he says that the couple that went viral for living inside the storage facility has been kicked out of the unit. You guys might have been able to catch them on TikTok Live. They're currently staying at a hotel, so thank God that they're not like on the streets. Complex Magazine covered the full story, so let's get into it. Now, according to Complex Magazine last week, that guy, he goes by the name of Leland Brown Jr., uploaded a video of himself and his partner inconspicuously living inside of a storage unit. The father and creator has been documenting his journey of homelessness on TikTok since last March and was living in a tent with his partner who in the Hatfield, Pennsylvania area, which is about 30 miles north of Philadelphia. Now, Complex Magazine was able to catch one of his quotes. He stated that me and my baby will be living here at the time when they live in the storage unit as long as they can until they get the shelter that they want. He stated that they were in it for the long haul. Now, when I got to the comments, this is basically most of the sentiment. This comment is left by somebody by the name of Ed, and he says, when will people learn that not everything should be on the internet? They were already in a bad situation and made worse by craving for online attention. I mean, in my opinion, there was just no reason for them to even post that they were staying at the storage unit. They seemed like they were there and very comfortable too. There was actually no reason for people to see their living situation, because now it put them in a hotel, which is definitely more costly than staying at a storage unit, which you pay per month. Because here, now they got to pay per day. But tell me what you guys think of this story. Have you seen this couple floating around on the internet talking about their storage unit living life? And what do you think about them basically documenting the whole series? Because in my personal opinion, too much stuff on the internet could cost you.
I live in the storage unit because it's cheap in comparison to an apartment.
I've seen people saying, 1, this is illegal, and 2, don't tell on this guy, he's not hurting anybody, and I'm somewhere in between, which is, if he's not hurting anybody, then why is it illegal? You might say, well, actually, this does hurt people. For example, it hurts the people living there. These storage units are not intended for human habitation. Maybe they're at greater risk from fire. Maybe the ventilation systems aren't really meant for people. And maybe it's not an issue if just 1 or 2 people are living in the storage building, but if it were legal and there were 100 people living in the storage building, then they might start to overwhelm the ventilation systems. There might be greater risk of a fire, things like that. Another group of people this hurts is the people who live nearby. If you have community resources, things like buses, road infrastructure, police, and so on, that's intended to handle the small number of houses in your area, and then suddenly a public storage building starts letting hundreds of people live inside of it, that might overwhelm your community resources. So there might be problems, but those problems could be solved, which we know from things like hotels or college dorms. And maybe the solution would involve asking some people to acknowledge that they're living in a place not intended for human habitation, and that might involve more danger. Some people, like the people who own the buildings, to pay a little bit more in property taxes if they're going to allow people to live in their buildings, and possibly conform to tighter regulations around things like ventilation. Instead of a happy middle ground, what's basically happened in the US is that single-room occupancy buildings have been basically made illegal. A single-room occupancy building is basically something like living in a self-storage unit. It's like a hotel or dorm room. You get a small individual living space, your single room, and then you share the other spaces with other people. So you'd share a bathroom, a living room, a kitchen, and so on. And like this guy says, it's much cheaper to live that way. In 2013, median rents in New York City for single-room occupancy buildings were between $400 and $700, which is more than what you'd probably pay for a self-storage room of similar square footage, but it's not that much more. However, cities across the United States have basically made these things illegal. For example, in Chicago, 81% of single-room occupancy housing stock disappeared between 1960 and 1980. And the Wikipedia article has a number of different cities where they cite similar statistics. And the way they make it illegal is they use zoning laws and regulations like that to block the construction of new single-room occupancy buildings and then to mandate the destruction of existing buildings. San Francisco is a city with high rents and lots of homeless people, so I would think it's a natural place to put single-room occupancy buildings. But if you Google Rent SRO San Francisco, you'll find charities like this that are mainly intended to help homeless people or people with limited income. So you can't rent here if you make more than $50,000 a year or less than $14,000. Or you'll find news stories where evil landlords are punished for renting out storage units as homes. In this example, the landlords are charging thousands of dollars a month, and a judge says, you created a public nuisance by violating state housing law, California's unfair competition law, San Francisco building code, San Francisco electrical code, San Francisco fire code, San Francisco housing code, and San Francisco planning code. Problem solved. Well, I guess except for every problem in that scenario. The landlords, they haven't solved their problem. They don't get to rent out their space for money. The people who lived in those storage units, they don't get to live where they want. They've got to go find find some other place to live or just become homeless, and the city loses multiple residential units because of all these codes. At the end of this guy's video, he says he likes living in the self-storage unit because he's saving so much money that he can prepare for the future. And I think that's really inspiring. He's in a tough spot, he's making the best of it, and he's building for a better future. I think that's what we should all want for society. That's what we should want people to do. And it's what you should hope that you will be able to do if you find yourself in a difficult spot. So rather than laws and ordinances and regulations to make what he's doing illegal and rare and bad, we should instead be looking for a minimal set of ordinances to make what he's doing reasonable and safe. So if we were to look at this laundry list of ordinances that you might be violating if you let people live in a self-storage unit, we should probably say electrical code, fire, maybe ventilation, maybe something like that is reasonable. But the other stuff, we're going to have to get rid of it so that we can permit more single-room occupancy buildings and make life better for people. Thanks for your time.
When I say don't record yourself doing a crime, edit the video, put commentary, and post it online, y'all just be ignoring me. Y'all just keep scrolling. It's evident every day on this app. I'm scrolling, and I see a video of a man living in a storage unit. The fact that you live in a storage unit is A-okay by me. I don't see, some call you a trespasser. I call you a financial planner, if you will. But one thing, baby, you can't live in a storage unit. It is unlawful in most, if not every state, to live in a storage unit. You see what I'm saying? So I watched the video and I was perplexed because I felt like you had a great plan. Excellent plan. You're going to live in that storage unit. You got your food. I saw you do a little cartwheel. You got your exercise. You got your girl with you. You're saving money. You stacking up until you can buy a place, but then you posted it on the internet. And had you posted that and you were on Ellen the next day and it really put you into a whole nother level of money and checks and notoriety and sponsorships, I'll shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. But from what I saw, the person got evicted. So that's the thing. I want us to just, if we're doing something, and maybe you didn't know it was unlawful, baby, and maybe you didn't know, but it is. So I just want us all to take this lesson, take heed. Stop recording yourself doing shit you ain't supposed to be doing and posting it online. That's it. That's all. But you don't got to take my word for it. Yeah, who am I?
So guys, I want you all to leave your own opinion under the comment section. Let's continue the discussion there. What you all think, what you all feel he's doing. Is he living in a storage room because he can't afford the rent, because he cannot afford to live in a rented apartment, so he can be paying with his girlfriend. And let's come to think of it, his girlfriend living with him. You all go look for work out there. That you can work. I personally think they are living in the storage room because they don't want to work. They don't want to look for ends meet. The girlfriend needs to go out there and work. The guy needs to go out there and work. When you work, you can afford an apartment. You are being lazy. That's my own opinion. Okay, that's my own opinion. Just leave your own opinion on the comment section down below. Now they've been kicked out, and they moved into another. Oh my god, like they kicked out from the other storage unit and they moved into another storage unit. Yo, man, this is insane. Like, what's the purpose of you living in a storage unit? That I can't get. What is the purpose living in a storage unit? It's a lot, guys. Leave your own opinion on the comment section down below. Let's continue the conversation there. Yeah, this was all people's reaction. This was all their reaction, as you can see in the video. Okay, guys, so we'll see you in the comment section. Let's continue from there. What do you think? Do you think is illegal, or he can't afford the rent? He doesn't want to work, and just let's continue the conversation in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Okay.